Even though he is no longer the governor, Wike wants to remain the main political boss in Rivers State. He wants to decide who becomes governor in 2027. Who gets House of Assembly tickets, who controls local government, who controls party structure. Now, Fubara's goal is that Fubara does not want to be a puppet governor. Simple. He just wants to control his own government, controls the party political structure in Rivers State. He wants to run for re-election in 2027 without Wike's permission. Now, how each camp is fighting, that's the political game that some of us will be watching as it unveils. And fight the camp A, fight over the House of Assembly.
Whether heaven will fall, let it fall now.
Is the most important battlefield. Most members of the Rivers State House of Assembly are loyal to Wike. Now, the assembly can block budget for Fubara, can reject appointments, they can threaten impeachment. Wike's strategy is to use the assembly to control or weaken Fubara, even though the governor, Fubara is the governor. Now, Fubara's response to this threat, to this strategy, is to try to remove or weaken pro-Wike lawmakers. Go to court for court to decide, or create a political argument that assembly leadership is not legitimate. However, court, including Supreme Court, have mostly favored the Wike aligned lawmakers, making this a major obstacle for Fubara. Listen, court case is a political weapon. We all know. Now, both sides use courts to fight political battles. Now, important court effect is that court decides who is the real assembly. Court decides if lawmakers can lose their seat. Court decides if local government elections are valid. We see this play out in 2024 when a key Supreme Court decision cancelled the 2024 local government elections. This meant that no clear control of local government till now. Now, continued confusion and legal fights. This keeps Rivers in political uncertainty, which benefits whoever can survive the chaos better. Federal power can still decide outcomes. Wike, as a federal minister, understands this very, very well as an experienced politician. Now, the party politics and Fubara move to APC. This is one of the biggest changes. Fubara has now aligned with APC. That is Tinubu's party. Now, APC leaders at the national level have openly shown support for him. This puts Fubara closer to federal power than Wike inside the Rivers State. Now, why this matters a lot is that Wike is powerful nationally, but still tied to PDP. Tied to PDP politics in Rivers. If Fubara becomes the main APC leader in Rivers, he may control federal support. He may become the natural APC candidate come 2027. Now, this weakens Wike's grip on Rivers, even if Wike remains influential in Abuja. Now, both sides also fight a media war.
Whether heaven will fall, let it fall now.
Wike kumo cannot no base ko bo ayobu.
And to assure you, you don't need to panic. As my people, you don't need to panic. Equality will continue to remain relevant in the politics of this country. Good luck. Whatever you see, you take. Equality ethnic nationality is not the people you can ignore. And let nobody make that mistake to ignore us. If you ignore us, you ignore yourself. So, let everybody be strong. In 2023, we led it. When people were afraid of coming out to support Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when it was difficult, nobody knew what would happen.
You're not grateful.
The whole place was shaking.
Inexperienced, destabilizing the states. Fubara's camp President Wike as overbearing, refusing to let go of power, blocking governance. Fubara has recently started speaking more about governance and performance, trying to move public focus away from the crisis. That is how and what it should be. Wike's main interest is necessarily not to return as governor. No, he wants to control who becomes governor. He wants to control the assembly and national assembly tickets come 2027. He wants to keep loyal local government leaders, keep them close to himself. He wants to remain the political gatekeeper in Rivers State. If he controls candidates, he controls power. Now, Fubara wants full control of Rivers governance. We want to stop the assembly threats. Now, secure federal backing. Run for re-election as a strong incumbent governor. No, if he wins a second term, Wike's influence in Rivers will reduce sharply. What makes this happen? What may happen before 2027? Three likely outcomes. Now, the outcomes come 2027 is that, look at the first scenario. Fubara wins full control. This happens if APC fully adopts Fubara. Federal support continues. 3. Assembly pressures reduce. In this case, Fubara becomes the clear favorite for 2027. Now, the scenario 2 is that power remains divided. Fubara remains the governor, Wike still controls assembly and party structure. This leads to constant court cases, slow governance, negotiated political compromises. Now, the scenario 3 is that Abuja can reshape everything. If Rivers becomes unstable again, federal government may intervene, party leaders may impose candidates, court may issue decisive rulings. This could weaken both camps, both Wike and Fubara camp. Now, how to know who is really winning the River State? Mind you, what we are doing here is to analyze what we all see happening in River State currently between Wike and the governor Fubara, and how it will likely end.